Kenyan's goalkeeper Mahmoud Abbas, his life between 1980 to 1984. He joined AFC Leopard 1979 and by 1985 he had already won the Sakafa 3 times with the Kenya national team and also the AFC Leopard. He became a legend all over Africa and in particular East and Central Africa and earned himself the nickname Kenya One. He was born in Mombasa in 1956, growing up in Mombasa early 1970s. He was inspired by the Kenya national team goalkeeper Mohamud Mohamed. He started his playing career for Mwenge FC, which at the time was the leading team for the Coast Province. In 1978, he joined the Abaluya FC after David Kefa ending his career due to injury. The same year, he was called to the national team as the backup to Dan Odhiambo. At club level, Abbas made a great impact, helping Abaluya win the Sakafa Cup for the first time ever in 1979. At the next Sakafa Cup held in Malawi, Abbas, who by now had established himself as the best keeper in Kenya, kept a clean sheet until Abaluya reached final when he conceded 3 goals as Abaluya lost to the great rivals Gor Mahia on 3-2 goals. In 1981, the first international big story, he played a key role in helping Kenya win the Sakafa Senior Challenge Cup held in Tanzania. Here, he began the year by leading AFC Leopard in winning the Sakafa Cup. Then came up the 1982 Sakafa Senior Challenge Cup held in Uganda. The score went 1-1 after 120 minutes of play. The legendary football announcer naming the penalty shootout and shouting, "Abbas ameokoa," as Abbas made the 2 crucial penalty saves to lead Kenya to a 5-3 win in the shootout. Abbas winded up his playing career for Reunion FC of Nairobi. There he played until 1990 when he retired. But what makes Abbas a legend was that above anyone else, he was responsible for helping Harambee Stars and AFC Leopard win the Sakafa Cup 3 times in a row. Abbas was voted as best goalkeeper for 3 good years. 3 decades down the line, Mahmoud Abbas is still the Kenya One. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On our segment today on the side play, we are having a great footballer, a great goalkeeper, one of the best goalkeeper in the Kenyan Premier League and the Kenyan football history. I'm here with Mahmoud Abbas, and I'm your host, Mahmoud Abdullahi. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Who is Mahmoud Abbas?
Mahmoud Abbas, I think, first of all, it is a very big familiar name in Kenya, in Kenya football. He comes from Mombasa. He was born 64 years ago in a town called Mjuakale. My father comes from one of the best scholars in Mombasa called Al-Marhum Malim Abbas bin Ahmed. My uncle, Sheikh Malim Said bin Ahmed, another uncle, Ustad Khamis. But nobody can believe it, I'm 64 years old, but I'm 64.
It's all about athletics and football.
Yeah.
Mahmoud Abbas,
Now,
how did you come to join the Kenyan football?
my father was one of the founder members of MDFA, Mombasa District Football Association, in the 1940s and 60s. So when I was born, my father used to take us to watch footballs 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock. So my interest from the one to go, one day I said, I have to play football. One thing I think I can recall, there was a goalkeeper in 60s and 70s called Mahmoud Mohamed, one of the best goalkeepers in Africa, not in Kenya. He passed away last year. He was very close friend of my dad. So I told my dad, one day I shall be like Mahmoud. Mahmoud Uwezi. No, I will be. Yeah. So if you say you'll do it, you'll do it. So I say one day I shall take his number, and I did it.
And as a footballer, how do you come to join football and be a goalkeeper? Because there are a lot of positions to play. We have the centre back, we have the midfield, we have the striking. But you chose to be a goalkeeper, which is one of the hardest things as a man to think to join.
Goalkeeper, first of all, it is very hard, very competitive. You'll be blamed by everybody because if you do a mistake, it is in the net. You're blamed. You'll be blamed. But a defender can make a mistake, you'll save him. A midfielder will make a mistake, you'll save him. But a goalkeeper, it is in the net. But I choose to be a goalkeeper because of Mahmoud Mohammed, the late. Yeah, he was one of the best goalkeepers Kenya has ever produced.
We have seen about your history. You have been the best. And how many awards have you achieved so far?
There was too many. But those, I think, who knows them, club championship 3 times in a row, 80, 81, 82, 83. Senior Challenge Cup, 81, 82, 83. Kikoso Games, 81, 82, 83, 84. So I think achievement, alhamdulillah, I've won everything in Kenya. I was the best goalkeeper in 1978 during the Sikafa Cup in Malawi, although we lost 9-0 against Zambia. One of the worst games, I think. I socked 4 goals. My postmate Danozembo, 5 goals. We lost 9. But on top of that, I was selected the best goalkeeper in that tournament.
So what kind of let's come back to Kenya. What are the highs and lows you can say in Kenya? Like the challenges the Kenyan football has today.
Come again?
The Kenyan football, the challenges Kenyan football has today.
First of all, politics. Then tribalism. We have too many politics and tribalism. You know, ukabila ni kitu mbaya sana ukabila. Yeah. If you put politics behind, we shall go very far. Example, on Saturday there was a derby in Dar es Salaam, but you'll see the atmosphere there. Who are you? I'm a Tanzania. Who are you? I'm a Tanzania. Who are you? But here, Leopards FC. Leopards FC. No. We have to forget this one. It has to be a Kenyan affair. Yep.
So, do you mean we're gonna go deep and forget the tribalism because we can see Harambee Stars are made of one club, of one tribe? Majority say it's made of one tribe.
I think 60, 70 Harambee Stars were produced only for 10 Abaluya and 8 Abaluya and 2 Luos, Sianga and William Chegeuma. The rest were either Abaluya and 2 from Coast. But nowadays, they're mixed. Even Kikuyus, Kalanjinis, Gambas, yeah.
And with this kind of lineup, as we can see now, Harambee Stars, some months back, they have beat Ethiopia at our home ground, Kasarani. We have seen the Sakafa champion is the AFCON is still on. Do you see them qualify now and later in the 2022 World Cup?
You know, you can't talk such thing which had not happened. Let's talk the current one. We've qualified. We're lucky. We're lucky. Yeah, because we were four countries, but one was suspended. So we remain only with 3. Whoever beat somebody, so we're lucky beating Ethiopia home and home. We beat Ghana home. But I promise you we shall lose in Ghana, in Accra. But we've qualified, alhamdulillah. Yeah.
Okay. And what about the name Kenya One?
Kenya One came in 1980s. You know, before any derby, 2 or 3 months, it will be on the papers. Hey, Gormaya, Abaluya, Gormaya FC. So the reporters were saying, let's go one on one. Who is the best goalkeeper in this country? So Mambo Botella, I think he's the one who brought this Kenya one. Now, today's game, we shall know who is the Kenya one. So Mambo said, Kenya one is Mahmoud. So from that day, if he names the Harambee Stars, nambari moja Kenya moja ni Mahmoud Abbas. So it went Kenya one, Mahmoud. Whenever I go, Kenya one. They don't talk about my full name, Mahmoud. No. Kenya one, come here. Kenya one, habari yako. Kenya one, this. Yeah. First of all, let me tell you what happened. The previous Sekafa. My first final was in 1979 here in City Stadium against Malawi. We were leading 2-0 until 88 minutes. Malawi came from behind. They drew level 2-2 and they won 3-2. It was one of the sad days, but I pray for God, one day we shall win. That was 1979. 1980, Mulwa took over. We went to Sudan. We didn't lose a single game. We didn't win a single game.
31 games, you didn't consider a goal?
We didn't score also in Sudan. Then it came 1981. One of the best year I think Kenya has ever had. We reached final against host Tanzania, host crowd. Excuse me. Before the final, our ministers, led by Chris Obure, they went and visit our president, Honorable Moi, and they told Moi, listen, mzee, watoto wamefika finali, they need our support. Moi took the telephone. He called MD of Kenya Airways, just released the biggest airplane, and he did. We were in the dressing room some few minutes to the kickoff. We saw 8 cabinet ministers came to the dressing room. So we were so yeah, we said no, we shall win it. And we did it. We won 1-0. From that day we knew we can do it. 82 we won again in Kampala against the all odds, with police outside, with the referees, with everything. We won by penalties. I think that is one of the best games I will never forget. Then we won again here in Nairobi when we opened Nyayo Stadium. The chief guest was Moi also. We won 1-0 against Zimbabwe. 83. Then 84 we lost in the semi-final. Yeah.
And what happened in 1980 in Malawi? That I think it's one of your worst moments.
I don't want to remember. I'm telling you, I don't want to remember.
Considered 3 goals.
I should have been tears because I joined Abaluya that time. My derby, the first derby was under floodlights in City Stadium. We won 2-0. The other derby, it was in Malawi. We were same group. We won 1-0. The final one, it was Gore against Abaluya in Blantyre. We lost 3-0 after going up 2-0. We lost 3-2. 3-2.
Yeah.
One of the worst games I will never forget. I will never forget. Never.
It was a derby?
Yes, a derby. Abaluya against Gor Mahia. But God, he was with me. I won 3 times consecutive, 81, 82, 83, against those Gor Mahia also. We beat them in Zanzibar, we beat them here, we beat them in here twice, Zanzibar once. Yeah.
We have had a lot of problems in the Kenyan football whereby many people say we have coaches who are not meant to be coached, and they don't know they lack the knowledge of football. So what can you say about that?
About coaches, I think we give first priority European coaches. But between me and you, local coaches, they've done a lot here, including Mulwa, Ghost Mulei, Kimanzi, who else? Alan Figo. The first coach to take this team too far, it was the late Niva, when it was given by Iker Karlsson. He took the team to Cameroon. Yeah, AFCON. The first AFCON Kenya went 1972. Then Alan Figo, he took Gor Mahia to the final 1979. Yeah, Mulwa 3 times
1981, 82, 83.
Yeah. Ghost Mulee, he took our team to AFCON also. But the best of all, it is Mohamed Khairi, if you don't get it. Mohamed Khairi, 1989. We were almost qualifying to the World Cup, 1990. We lost to Egypt. Egypt went to World Cup, if you can remember.
I recall.
Yeah. We lost, we drew here 1-0. We drew here 1-1. We lost there 1-0. Egypt went to World Cup, 1990. So I think the best of all, Mohamed Khairi, Bilal. He's alive. He can do it.
So we should consider you are saying we should consider
local coaches. Local coaches, yeah. Not foreign coaches. Wazungus, no.
And what about former players becoming a coach? Because we have seen a lot of players, and no, let us go in Europe.
No.
Let us go in Europe.
We can't be all of us coaches.
We saw Vieira, who is a coach, was also a legend, was a player.
How did he perform?
Vieira is performing good.
Henry
performed poor in Monaco.
Yeah, you see.
It's almost.
But Beckenbauer performed below. Up, Beckenbauer. He took the European Cup. He took the World Cup also. He won the World Cup as a player. He won the World Cup as a France coach. He won the World Cup.
Yeah.
As a player. He won the World Cup as a coach also.
As a coach also.
But not all of us. Some of us.
Same thing to now Manchester United are facing. So yeah.
Let's hope he will continue winning. He won 10 games. He lost.
No. It's to lose tonight.
He lost also 2-0 to PSG.
It was PSG.
Yeah.
And I think that was one of his hardest team he has faced.
They're all hard. In football, whoever you play against is 11 against 11. Anything can happen.
Yeah. But one of the biggest teams so far Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has faced is PSG. If we talk about that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Another one maybe if he can prove when he faced the Reds.
Liverpool.
And never walk alone. I support Liverpool.
You are a Liverpool fan?
Yes, of course.
The only good moment to remember was 2005.
I can't forget.
The Istanbul.
Yeah.
History. 10 years old.
We were 3 goals down. I went to sleep. Suddenly, my son, he told me, Daddy, you have called about when away. Don't. I thought he was joking. Hey, it was true. From 3-0 until 3-3. Istanbul. And we won.
The same thing. My dad is a Liverpool fan.
Who?
My dad is a Liverpool fan.
Oh, don't tell me.
Really?
He will never walk alone.
2005, I was watching with him.
What happened?
Istanbul.
What happened?
When it became 3-3, he was on the high. Cloud 9.
When 3-0, what happened? He was in tears, I think.
He shut his mouth. I tell you.
Football is a bad game.
I tell you. I'm an Arsenal fan.
Arsenal?
2006.
Arsenal. You play well today. You play.
The red card? I cried and left the pitch. I didn't watch that much football.
If you're a football fan, you have to watch. Man. If you're football, there are 3 things: win, lose, draw. Yeah.
But it was one of the most final to be recalled. UEFA Champions League, Arsenal has never gone up to the final level. We beat Real. We won at San Siro.
Not punished. You won.
I won.
Not punished.
We won at San Siro.
Yeah.
We won at San Siro. We won at Bernabeu. Thierry Henry scoring the goal at Bernabeu.
Yeah. He's a good striker.
He's a good striker, but not a good coach.
Not a good coach. You can be a good striker, at the same time be a good coach. It's a gift from God. Yeah.
As we are now discussing about the Europe football and the English Premier League or the Champions League, we have seen a lot of Kenyan players who are traveling back up to abroad to play for teams. Like we have Victor Wanyama, who was from Southampton, all the way now to London playing for Tottenham. We had Mariga and a lot of players. So compared to other players, Oliech, who is now back to the Kenyan football. Yeah. I think he's now back in Gor Mahia.
Yes, he's there.
Now, when we see the likes of the likes of Mohamed Salah, who are winning awards for their national team, one after award, what's the problem with Kenya?
I think
what can you think is the problem actually?
First of all, we don't have youth program. Wanyama is very lucky. He went there. He got assistant. Mariga, same thing. Dennis, same thing. But we don't have academies here We need academies, football from the grassroots.
We nurture.
Yeah. But you are 20. You can't teach somebody from 20. From primary school. Yeah. We have to get good coaches from primary school up to high school. Yeah. That's our problem. We don't have...
Because we have been watching African players who are performing in the African nations and also performing in Europe. But we wonder, our players, there are 3 or 4 in abroad, they perform. When it comes to the African matches, they are doomed.
Kenya and other North or West African countries, Kenya have only 2-3 quality players. But they are all of them. And they're playing abroad, all of them. When they come here, they are confident also.
Mahrez.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sadio Mane.
You see?
He's your best.
My best
is Mohamed Salah. I knew you will say so. Let us cut it off and we call it a day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining me.
Asante. Shukran. Jazakallah khair.
Kenya 1.
See you later.
Can I be Kenya 2?
Why not? Have a good evening.
You too.
Thank you.
And that was the side play. Kenya 1 says it all. Another day, another weekend, or another week, we will be together. I'm your host, Mahmoud Abdullahi.